Welcome back. What are you going to do with these? Don't throw them away. These are perfect. We're going to make banana bread. Soft, delicious, moist banana bread. This is what we're going to do tonight. Stay with me. So let's get going. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put these in our bowl. Oh, see, they're so moist. They're so ripe. Exactly what you want. So when life gives you bananas, make banana bread. And if you're not ready to make banana bread, you can put them in the freezer just like this. This is one of my favorite recipes. It's so simple, so easy to get going. And if I haven't said it, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. Again, my name is Vicki-Lynne, and I like to call this Cooking Vegan with Vicki. You should have your oven preheated to 350, and you should have a loaf pan prepared. I have mine. I've sprayed mine a little bit with a little bit of cooking spray, and I've lined it with parchment paper. If you have a nonstick pan, you don't even have to worry about that step. So we have our bananas. We're going to just mash them in our bowl. This is so simple. This comes together in just a couple of minutes. And you can add on whatever you like. And again, you know how it is here. You make these recipes your own, add on your own things. But this recipe is so easy to remember. So we're going to mix in our bananas. And then to this, it's going to be a third, a third, a third. So it's going to be a third of a cup of white sugar, a third of a cup of brown sugar, and a third of a cup of canola oil or any kind of oil that's a neutral flavor. So you don't want to use olive oil or anything like that. You could use refined coconut oil, as long as it's melted. We want a liquid oil here. Now, because we're using so much banana, I don't think I would sub out like an applesauce for this if you're trying to do it oil-free. You could give it a try. It probably wouldn't be as light, but you could give it a try. So we're going to do a third of a cup of the white sugar. And this one is a vegan white sugar. And then we're going to use a third of a cup of the brown sugar. And so I have in my brown sugar, I have a little clay thing that you soak in hot water, which I'll do again. Keeps the moisture in so it doesn't go hard all the time, which I do need to fix because my brown sugar is a little bit hard. And then we're just going to add the oil. Super simple. Mix that around. Make sure the brown sugar is well incorporated. Again, you can use a mixer if you want. I just do this one by hand. Super simple. Okay. Now to this, we need our dry ingredients. Oh, and our last little bit of wet ingredients is going to be our vanilla. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And so we have our 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Give that a quick stir. Just going to make sure I get all my lumps out from my brown sugar. And then we're just going to need 2 cups of flour. You should spoon your flour in. It fluffs it better. You could also sift your flour. Weighing it is actually the best way. Gives it the most accurate weight. But, you know, I don't always do that. Just level it off, put it in. Also depends on where you're living, how much humidity you have, your altitude, all that fun stuff. All right. My flour is a little lumpy. Okay. And then to that, we're going to add some baking soda, which is going to help it rise, some cinnamon, and some salt. All pretty easy ingredients. And we're going to mix that. And then just before it's all mixed, that is when you're going to do your add-ins. So you're just going to mix it. You don't want to over-mix because you don't want it to be tough. So just before it comes together, this is when you want to decide what you want to add into your banana bread. So as you can see, it's almost mixed, and this is where I decide. So I'm going to put walnuts because my husband loves walnuts in his banana bread. You could do pecans, you could do, or leave them out. You could do whatever you want. So I'm just going to chop up some pecans. You could crush them in your hands. You could leave them out. So typically it's walnuts and usually chocolate chips, which I will put in too. But you could leave those out too. But I think a few chocolate chips. And I just use the mini ones. And these are the Enjoy Life ones that I use. They seem to be the easiest ones to find. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put our nuts in. And I would say probably like a quarter of a cup of chocolate chips. Still keep them healthy, but enjoyable. There we go. Okay. So all mixed in. And we're going to put it in our prepared pan. That's taken us less than, 5 minutes? Could also add a little bit of cinnamon if you'd like. Now that it's in our prepared pan, we're just going to spread it out nice and even. Now the other thing I do like adding to the top of this is just a little sprinkle of some brown sugar. And that just gives it a little crunch at the end. If you don't like using too much sugar, you can just omit this. Again, you don't have to put it in. But it does add a little crunch on the top while it bakes. And we're literally just using like maybe 2 tablespoons. There we go. So we're going to put our prepared pan in the oven. Probably going to cook for about 50 minutes, but we are going to check it at 50. We're going to put a toothpick in, see if it's cooked through. If it's not, you're going to cook it for another 5 or 10 minutes. So you're just going to check. You want to make sure that it's cooked all the way through, and you'll know because your house is going to smell delicious. So I took mine out at 50 and checked it with a toothpick, and it was good to go. So now you should leave it in the pan for about 5 minutes just to set. And again, I'm impatient as per usual, so I just plopped it out of the pan. And that's using the parchment paper does make that much easier. You are going to want to cool it on a cooling rack, and you do definitely need to let this cool all the way through before you slice it. It will slice much better when it's perfectly cooled. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. Make this for somebody you love. And don't forget to leave me a comment below. I want to know what your add-ons are for this banana bread and what you put on it. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and we'll see you soon.